yang akan disampaikan oleh Miss Nur Hafizah binti Mohad.
Ms. Nur Hafizah is an ongoing PhD student in molecular imaging UPM. She works as a diagnostic radiographer officer at Hospital Kuala Lumpur and has been awarded the Best Radiographer Award diagnostic from the Malaysian Society of Radiographers. So we would like to invite Ms. Nur Hafizah binti Mohad Azmi to present her talk on the utility of Conn-Toolbox for second level analysis of resting state FMRI data.
Majelis dengan segala hormat yang mempersilakan.
Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon, selamat petang. Because you have done your lecture about how many topics? 10 topics. How many of you have using this Conn-Toolbox previously? No, so I macam takut juga nak cakap because this is the step how you process for functional MRI. Since you understand about the FMRI, the previous topic, how we do the pre-processing, and after this, for the virtual participants, we have demo for pre-processing. That means we will do the pre-processing before we proceed with this Conn-Toolbox. Sorry. So this Conn-Toolbox actually for functional, specific for functional MRI, and it open based. Open based meaning that it's free, but in order for you to run, you must follow step by step. So this is the step I done for you, so that you can manage to do yourself after this. But today in workshop we cannot teach you how to do this here because we have another agenda. So as introduction, I will start with tell you of selection of the images. If you scan the MRI, you have T1 for what? For structural, and ball imaging for the functional images. Combine these two images we're using in the Conn-Toolbox to process the FMRI. So in this process, I only focus on rest state imaging, which the condition of the brain during the scan in a rest state, not task-based. So previously, Dr. Elza also mentioned about task-based, but I will not touch into task-based, only on focus on resting state. Okay, let's begin with the Conn-Toolbox. What you must have is a MATLAB software. You have download from our email, and then you need to download the Conn-Toolbox because the MATLAB software you need to pay, but what we give you is a for free version, trial version. And for Conn-Toolbox, it's also open source. Open source meaning that free to use. We also have another toolbox for processing the FMRI, but this is the one that I have learned and I want to share with you because many of participants from previous workshop, after the workshop also cannot process the images using Conn-Toolbox. Yeah, so they have problem how to set up the Conn-Toolbox in the MATLAB. So when you open the MATLAB, you see this interface of the MATLAB. You type in here that CONN, meaning that you type a Conn-Toolbox. When you set path to the MATLAB with the Conn-Toolbox and you click enter, then the Conn-Toolbox will appear. This is the interface of the Conn-Toolbox. And then from the Conn-Toolbox here, you just click no ask me later when you receive that message. And then you create the new study or new to select the new project. To create the project folder, you need to create the to do a new project. You need to create a new folder. So this is the study for this project lah. Meaning that you have to create the folder first, then you set up the basics in the Conn-Toolbox. Basic meaning that okay, this is the interface of Conn-Toolbox. Boleh nak tunjuk? Like, oh, yang tu. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. When you see this interface, at the top here you have setup, denoising, analysis first level, and result for second level analysis. Okay, why actually I screenshot this page as previously you see that Nabila try to do the processing. It takes a long time. Okay, I ask you how if you want to finish one session of the Conn-Toolbox, it might take how long for the processing or only one project? If you can guess, huh? At least about 20 subjects. Meaning that if I want to show here, you must attending the workshop for 3 days to finish one session at least. Huh? Okay, so that's why I screenshot here to show you first step for setup. You cannot just skip this step to go for the analysis. If you're not finished setup, the system cannot recognize your images. So you set here the number of subjects. In here I put 22 subjects and number of session. What is the meaning of the number of session is if let's say you have task based, you have more than one session, isn't it? For rest state of brain, you only have one session. So you put here one session. And then you put your TR and acquisition type. This one you put continuous because functional you do continuous scan. And then for structural, you set up the structure mean T1. You put in the T1. You import the T1 images. What type of images? This one you can see here, the type of images you can input in the Conn-Toolbox. And then there is actually if you do a Nifty, you can set here only Nifty images, and you can put in the C here folder you have save the images. So only Nifty images yang you selected in the folder appear here, then you input here. So this is one the number of subject, meaning that first one is subject number 1, subject number 2, 3, and 4, and so on. So this one is the T1 images. You can scroll up and down to see the changes of to see the images. And then secondly, you set up for functional, meaning that the ball imaging you put in same way like previous one. And then you got the functional images. And we do the pipeline. We do the pipeline. So selected the default processing. It was suggested by the Conn also. And you start to select what type of machine, and default we put here that 97 percentile, and selected the target here 1 and 2. You just follow this format first. You can change later on if you have the idea. Okay, and then secondly, after you finish the pipeline, it takes about 1 day to finish at least. And then you do perform your denoising first level analysis. And then after the first one, the setup, only the denoising button will appear on. Some of the previous participants asked why we cannot proceed for next step, because the pipeline did not finish processing. Yeah. So we need to go step by step. So why we need to do the denoising? Because in denoising, as you see, this is the previous images, and this is the after denoising images, which in the ball imaging, you scan continuously, the patient is moving. So that they are trying to they're trying to reduce the noise of the images. After denoising, you proceed for the first level analysis. Okay, in first level analysis, you can see the setup of the seat-based correlation here. ROI, ROI mean ROI to ROI or seat to voxel analysis. You can choose either one. and what type of network you want to see. Source with other region in the brain, and you also can generate by subject, meaning that you can process image by subject to get the result. You can choose what type of network you want to process. This first level and second level analysis, you need to have an objective. What is your study objective? And then you decide what you want to look at. Okay. And then you go for second level analysis. Second level analysis is a group analysis. It's a group analysis, meaning that you group, like us, we have healthy control and Alzheimer's disease. So we group 11, I have previously 22 subjects. 11 subject was a healthy control, 11 subject was Alzheimer's disease patient. So here I designed to compare between these two subjects. So we group in the subject. Okay, so we group in subject in the covariate second level analysis here. So for all subjects, if you can see here, there is same level here. So you can process all subjects, meaning that in 22 group, into 22 subjects, including Alzheimer's disease and health control, you can get the brain brain activity. But that is no meaning for us in research. We need to have an objective, what we want to look at. So we categorize it into group A for Alzheimer's disease. So when you plot here 1, 1, 1, 1, you can see 1, 1, 1 is in the upper graph, the 0, 0, 0 in the lower. So next step, we categorize the group B. The group B meaning that the number 1 is a group B here. So when you categorize this, the system can recognize a different subject group. Then you go back to the second level analysis, you select both groups, and then you can difference graph A and B in the condition of rest and what network you want to see. Here is the selected of the network. There is so many network here you can test. So how you can test it depend on what journal you read. Maybe the journal suggests you for Alzheimer's disease, you need to look at the default mode network. So you select all the default mode network, and then you can process it here. This is the knowledge given by Dr. Aini previously. You have to select the threshold cluster for your processing, because otherwise sometimes there is no activity in the brain, because the rest state of brain, the activity is very low. That's why you need to lower down the threshold to get this activity. You also can get this coordinate here, and you process here display. First one, you can see the 3D display of the Conn-Toolbox. And the second one, this slice cut of the brain during the same group. And this one is a SPM result. So this is the example of previous study that we have done. For all subjects, you can see the activity. Sorry, I didn't put here the cold and hot value. I forget put in. But the yellow one is the hot one. And then this is for all subjects. With if you put in all subjects, there is no meaning for you. So when you plot only AD, you can see the difference now. There is reduce of the activity in and only the part of the area, certain area. It depends on what network you select when you run the study. Okay, this is for healthy control. For the 3D display images, and this is for the slices. Yeah, okay. Here you can see the meter of the hot and a cold. Okay, from this brain images, you can see the healthy control have more activity compared to AD. Okay, sometimes I use VBM, like previously presented by Nabila. So I already know that area, this one VBM result. There is an increasing area here. So I know already this one is right inferior frontal gyrus. Then I use this seat, right inferior frontal gyrus. This seat, and I do the seat voxel analysis to the network. So we can see what is the area highlighted here in the functional. This one from the T1 images. This one is T1 embol images. Okay, this is subject by subject because this is pilot study. This is different of activity in the brain by according to the subject in the healthy control and Alzheimer's disease. It depends on how you project the image. You can produce images, how many images you want, but you need to know what images you want to use in your publication. So this is what is meant by there is no activity. That's why you need to play with the threshold, the cluster. You need to understand the inferential statistic mentioned by Dr. Aini so that you can understand how to get this activity. Otherwise, you get the brain without activity. Okay, this is also the example like is no meaning of the images. And this is the other processing in a Conn-Toolbox. Other than the previously, we also can do the graph theory analysis, ROI analysis, graph theory analysis, and also matrix analysis and this one. Yang bulat tu. Connectogram, sorry, connectogram. They will highlight only what you selected. So you need to know your objective and you need to know what you want to demonstrate according to journal that you read. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Majlis mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Miss Hafizah di atas ceramah yang disampaikan sebentar tadi.